Cetaceans are animals in the order Cetacea, which include all species of whales, dolphins, and porpoises. Fishery bycatch is currently the greatest threat to cetaceans globally, especially in developing nations with poor management policies. Interactions with fishing gear have caused some populations to become regionally extinct. 82% of Odontocetes species, which are toothed whales, have been recorded as bycatch since 1990. The biggest threat to cetaceans is gill nets, which are walls of netting that hang in the water. Species like the Hector's dolphin are going extinct due to net setting in New Zealand, as they live close to the shore. Currently, 100 to 150 are caught each year. They're currently at 27% of their 1970 levels. Because they live in bays close to the shore, set net fishing is a large threat to the Hector's dolphin. If they become tangled in set nets, they will hold their breath until they drown. The northern subspecies, which only live off the shore of New Zealand's northern island called the Maui dolphin, is critically endangered with only 55 individuals left in the wild.
In order to solve this problem, scientists and researchers came up with a device called a pinger. So these pingers are put onto nets by the fishermen about 100 meters apart, and they emit a sound at about 10 kilohertz, which is the most effective range. And this stimulates the dolphins so that they have to echolocate and determine that there is a net, so they stay away. So these pingers have been shown to reduce bycatch by up to about 70 or 80% in dolphins. And this greatly helps the fishermen because they no longer have fish stolen, and the fish aren't deterred by this 10 kilohertz frequency.
Unfortunately, when it comes to pingers, it isn't all a happy ending for cetacean bycatch reduction. A recent study showed that while in controlled testing conditions, cetacean bycatch could be reduced by up to 90%, the real rate was closer to 50%. This is because not all fishermen are complying with the recommended number of pingers per the size of their fishing nets. This is hard to monitor and enforce. Another sad outcome that makes this technology controversial is that some populations of bottlenose dolphins have realized that where there's pinging, there's food. These dolphins are more likely to engage in depredation, where they steal fish out of the fishing nets. This has in some cases led to an increased rate of bottlenose dolphin bycatch. For these reasons, it is important to consider alternative solutions.
Sometimes deterring cetaceans from nets full of fish can be almost impossible, as they are drawn to them to feed on. So, another solution that can reduce cetacean bycatch once they are already caught is reducing the strength of the fishing nets. This means the nets are likely to break when large marine mammals are caught and they can be set free. It was found that ropes with lower breaking strength could reduce the number of life-threatening entanglements for large whales by at least 72%, but the net still provides sufficient strength to withstand usual fishing operations. However, this method may not be applicable for larger fishing operations. You can get involved by donating to non-government organisations that push safer fishing practices. For example, Ocean Watch Australia supports sustainable management practices in the Australian seafood industry by providing advice to fishermen for improved fishing methods. You can also volunteer with Ocean Watch Australia to help preserve the marine environment.